experiences in urban planning and design. So my initial idea is to take use of the big data. So what can the big data do in urban planning and design? And then I was inspired by a group of students in MIT, and they used the geotag images to do something for urban planning. So what is the geotag images? They are the images uploaded to the photo sharing website like the Instagram or Flickr or Panorama with the special information, in particular the latitude and longitude. So here, this is what they have done using this data. So there were characterized identity via the attribute analysis of geotag images and discuss the potential application of the views to the urban planning. So here they got very beautiful images. What are they doing there? How can they help in urban planning issues? They may be just in a piece of art. So what I want to do is to find out whether this data source, big data, can be actually used in urban planning. From here, we know that the special information of the geotag images can be visualized and in performing urban-related studies. So my question is it reasonable to use geotag images as the data source? What those data really tell us? So these two images were done by the MIT students. They're showing the correlation between the photo diversity and the sidewalk density, and they got the conclusion that the place with more space of sidewalk is likely to provide more views of people, while it allows people to move between areas more easily. So I think everyone knows that. So why they are doing that? Here, my object to find out several urban planning or design issues which may take good use of geotag images from photo sharing websites and determine whether geotag images are representative and applicable for each issues. In terms of the approach, so for each issue, I will write for determination. I will perform the case study, and different strategies will be performed for different cases. So this one is for the clustering and density analysis, and then finally we'll discuss the representativeness and the applicability of using geotag images for each case. Yeah. So this is the key reference.
Wow, I'm always super jealous of people who can do trick things like that.
Yeah, I was learning the geoinformatics in my bachelor degree. So.
There you go.
It was really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we love your noted skepticism.
Yes.
It's excellent. But it does beg the question, what are you going to do? Are you going to look at, are you going to do some geocoding yourself and see whether it helps answer
No,
the question?
it's not very complicated. I just use the data and
Existing data?
Yeah, existing data. Yeah, to perform some analysis to see whether this project of the data can be used to in urban planning issues. For example.
Oh, sorry, no, Dave.
So, for example, there's problems: the urban density, the transport coverage, and density provision or city provision. Yeah, maybe we can use the distribution of the photos to represent the hot points of people crowded together. And,
So you're going to analyze the Instagram geocoded photos and see whether we can.
Yeah. What can we do by using that data?
Like for example, you can analyze in urban design what are the active places, but just looking at where people are concentrated. And if you're doing urban design of that particular area, you know which sides are more active and which sides are not. So I mean, in terms of there's so many principles you can actually get out of it. Only question, I don't know if it's a privacy issue or not, but they're available data on the internet. So, like when you put some photo on Instagram, you're actually putting geocode from your phone. So I think it's publicly available data. I think it's very interesting. But which city you're gonna use it at? Sydney?
There are more than 20 cities I can find, but no cities in the Pacific area.
No, but you can use Sydney's GIS map and then bring everything in and then actually see.
Yeah, but I can't find the images taken in Sydney. Yeah, because the data were provided by a research group. Yeah, and they do not have the data of Sydney.
So you're using the MIT website, publicly available data on the MIT website?
Yeah, the data is open to the public.
I think you should just choose one or two of those questions for your report.
Yeah, I'm considering to choose which ones.
But your process even of considering them might be your research outcome. You know, it might be that you take each of those questions and just see whether you can use the rather than
I just have a concern, like the group of people who are really using these location tagged images, probably not representing the whole public.
Yeah,
maybe
this
more.
is so.
Yeah, like young people. So.
Yeah, I need to consider that.
Yeah.
It has some limitations.
Yeah.
Maybe you could use like one of those heat maps to work out, you know, whether you've got more people in locations, where you've got a lot of Instagram photos, you know, just to try and see whether it is representative, you know, or whether you just got a lot of young people in one space and no young people in another.
Looking in Newtown, King Street, and if there are lots of kids on King Street, particularly, you know, that's very active prison in terms of.
Sure.
Or you could drive down the street.
Is there any, yeah.
Yeah, you could drive down this, but that would be using greenhouse gases to coal, as I'd say.
Does it have to have an image attached to it? Like, wouldn't there be geocoded data from all sorts of stuff? Like, I'm thinking Tinder and stuff like that. They give you similar
Ideas of where to go prowling.
Yeah.
Solves a real issue.
Even Google Maps has images taken as coded and they put it freely. Like Google Maps too, if you look at the images.
Yeah.
It's just how you extract that data.
Yeah,
And
actually the data source is from the Panamanian, the provider, the photo provider for us.
Can I just say that I think it would actually be useful to look at those data sets, but with the idea of geocoding Instagram as a purposeful research technique. So if you can find anything interesting out of it, then it might be a way of purposefully casting through data rather than trying to, you know, find data that may or may not exist in people's Instagram patterns, but more, you know, can you actually recruit people to use Instagram as a purposive research method, and using those existing data sources as a way of seeing what kinds of questions you could answer from a regional planning perspective, you know, from an urban planning perspective. That would be my suggestion.
Sweet. Super interesting.